Hi guys and welcome to the Banner Saga. This is a little bit different to my usual playthroughs. Usually I do sort of horror narrative games. I've had this in my library for a while, but for whatever reason I've always been distracted by other games. I know there's actually a trilogy of the game, so that says to me that it's quite a successful game. So I'm hoping really good things about this. That being said, let's get into it. The story in the Banner Saga changes based on the choices you make. You will occasionally switch between lead characters, witnessing the story unfold from different perspectives. The gods are dead. In their wake, man and giant survived through a tenuous alliance, driving black destroyers called Dredge deep into the northern wastes. Now is an era of growth and trade. Life goes on. Only one thing has stopped: the sun. Okay, so it's like an alternate universe where there's men and giants. I think it's very sort of loosely based around Viking mythology. Definitely got a Viking theme anyway.
It has been several long months on the road. The first signs of snowfall accost us on our approach to Strand, largest of the trade cities on the Val-human borders, and our last collection before returning to the capital. Several days ago, the sun simply came to a stop in the sky. Though during these long winter days, none of us can be certain how long it has been this way. Some of the men in the caravan have taken it as a dire omen. I am not quick to superstition, but I myself will be glad to be done with this year's rounds. We have been warned by stranded travelers about brigands on the path through Ridgehorn, our road home. Our captain seems unconcerned. Perhaps he is as eager as I to be done here. We will rest here this day and inquire further when we speak to the governor.
Damn, I wouldn't want to mess with these guys.
Hverfið á braut! Engan eigi ég hlut að máli þessu!
Okay, so my understanding is there's this kind of strategy element, and there's also like a survival element to it, where when you're out in the wilderness, you've got to try and obviously your banner, your banner men will expand. You'll get more people join your banners, but you're constantly on the move, and you need to have enough food to sort of enough supplies and stuff to keep your people alive, keep them happy, and obviously there's story elements to the game that will swing good or bad, kind of, you know, and you've got to try and manage that. Anyway, that's enough of that. There's enough of talk. Right, you've arrived just in time. The chieftain in red and his men are now looking at a tougher fight than they bargained for. Yeah, they're surrounded by giants. Use right stick to pan around your surroundings, zoom in and out. Hold it down right trigger and left trigger, R2, L2, press X to continue. Okay. These portraits show the order of initiative. Taking turns from left to right, your allies are blue, the enemy is red. It's your turn to act. So, pretty bog standard stuff really for strategy games. Movement happens before action. This ring shows your shield banger is active. The blue tiles around him show where he can move. So shield bangers is the class, I'm guessing. Some characters fill more tiles than others. The horned allies are a race of giants called Val, who take up four tiles each, while humans fill a single tile. This can have a huge impact on your strategy. Okay. So what does this cost me? Nothing? Okay. Enemy tiles are red and pulse if the enemy is in range. To target a nearby enemy, use left stick to select the attack icon. There we go. Enemy tiles are red and okay, then press X to target the enemy. Okay. You can choose to either attack the enemy's strength or break his armor. The numbers beneath each icon, 2 and 5, show the damage you would do to that stat. Well, I would attack his strength then, which makes logical sense. Strength counts as both health and damage, as a loss of 2 strength means you'll now do 2 less damage. If strength falls to 0, the character falls in battle. Okay, so it's kind of got this thing where, like an attrition type thing. You know, the more damage you take, the less damage you're going to be able to do. Armor blocks strength damage. Armor blocks strength damage, but can be reduced by a break attack. By breaking armor, you can open them up to take more damage in future. Okay, so I'm not actually doing 5 damage. I'm doing 3 damage because of the 2 armor. This enemy has only 5 strength remaining. A strength attack will kill him. Use left stick and right and X, then select fist to attack. Okay, maybe not then. So maybe if he didn't have that 2 armor, I would be doing 7 strength to 7 attack to him. He's down. Each time you make a kill, your renown grows, which is used later to improve your characters. Okay. After taking up an action, your turn ends. Next up is the enemy. Turns always alternate, even if you are outnumbered. Okay, that's something to bear in mind. Despite being at full strength, the chieftain will do little damage against your shield banger's high armor. What is my armor? Now it's your warhawk's turn. He appears to be out of range of these enemies, but all characters can use willpower to boost their actions. Willpower is a limited resource, so use it wisely. By moving on gold tiles, a unit can move further than usual at the cost of 1 willpower per gold tile. Red pulse tiles beneath your enemy show how close you'll have to be in range. But maybe your warhawk can see. Okay. So this will cost me 1 willpower to move. Yeah. Oh, 2 willpower. Sorry. So okay. So it's each layer. Okay. So that would cost me 2 willpower. You see the gold symbol in the left-hand corner. It says 6 out of 8 now. It was 8 out of 8. So I'm guessing that's my willpower. Standard attacks only affect a single enemy, but your warhawk has a special ability that gives him a unique advantage. Your unit menu can combat include move, ability, attack, and end turn. Use okay, so we want the purple item. Purple icon. Can't speak. Tempest. The ability description appears in the tooltips below. The warhawk's Tempest allows him to slam multiple enemies at once. Okay. Holy crap! That made quick work of the chieftain's bodyguards. When there is only 1 enemy left, players enter pillage mode. During pillage, each character moves in order and there are no more guaranteed turns. Check the initiative to see how the order has changed. Your allies now get to move twice in a row. If a character does not move on his turn, he can rest to regain 1 willpower. The chieftain will rest this turn. Okay. Looks like the chieftain is in some trouble. Your shield banger won't be allowed to finish the job with a normal attack. Won't be able to finish the job with a normal attack, but willpower can be used to boost your damage. Okay, so let's go to attack. Okay, so I'm doing 8 damage to him, but then I guess if I use the willpower, it goes up by 1. Which it does. So it goes to 9. He's on 9 health, so this should kill him.
Like a rabid wolf, that one. How did it come to this? We fool ourselves believing that peace will last. My grandfather built all this from a poor fishing village, you know. He watched the gods die, watched the chaos that followed, watched man and var slaughter each other, even before the Dredge arose. All we've done is traded one struggle for another. Now that there are no more Dredge to war against, we war against ourselves. This chieftain meant to kill me, and he's not the first. A dozen families in the city would gladly take my chair. This one had men waylaying merchants, both north and south of the city, strangling trade. Quite well, I would add, though he denied it to his last. This sort of wolf doesn't stop biting because the head is cut off. It just grows a new head. I am in a bad way, my friend. Help me finish this fight, and I'll gladly send you on your way with double our king's tithe. Take any men you need. They're loyal, I promise you that. They will meet you down in the proving grounds.
Seems like a pretty bleak world, you know, if you can imagine a world where there's no sun anymore. I mean, as a ginger, that's perfect for me, but... Okay, you're approached by a familiar man who walks in step with you. As you're leaving the Great Horde, he cuts to the chase. Eirik, steward of Strand. I manage the governor's business. Ubin, isn't it? It is. The governor tells me you'll be giving us a hand. What did you have in mind? Skulfings. Skulfings? Yeah. That you didn't hack up in the Great Hall scattered after you took out their chieftain. The governor just wants to make sure they stay down. I was hoping you'd join me at the marketplace by the docks. If there's anyone left to worry about, I know who can tell us. Okay, use the left stick or L1 now to highlight the market tent and press X to visit the merchant. Okay, so we can visit like certain areas of town. It doesn't say merchants, it says market. Oh, whatever. Let me handle this. You meander through rows of open-faced houses and eroded stalls. Coloured canvases flap on a briny current. One man in particular blanches as you approach. Had, I'm not in the mood today. For what? Talking to an idiot. The Skulfing's chieftain bled out about an hour ago, Had. So when you tell me what rat anus the rest of them crawled back into, nobody's going to try to kill you this time. They don't talk to me. Eirik, need some help here. I had a change of heart. I hope you do give us a hard time. Had sweats visibly, fumbling with some dirty trinkets on his table. Wait, just buy one of these. If everybody thinks I'm getting worked over every week, how am I supposed to know much? Just a little food money, yeah? Pay him. You toss a sliver of silver on the table. Both men look at you with surprise. Had gestures meekly to a variety of junk from his stall. Take whatever you like. Only thing I'd like is the name of a place. Nobleman up by East Wall, but that was a month ago, last I know. Had skulks away with a wave of Irik's hand, gathering things from his hovel. Disappearing for a while until this blows over, you figure. Your bodyguard steps forward. Are we done here? Gunnulf, were you wearing green back at the Great Hall? No, just brought them while you were walking around. Why? You look like a frog. Better than an eggplant. That's a fair comment. Bit of banter between them. Gunnulf goes off to look at more stalls. Irik, that man of yours seemed unreliable at best. A blind dog wouldn't trust Had, but he used to be skulking. If they're licking their wounds, they've probably gone to old haunts, not new ones. Nobleman is a mead whore. Best I can tell, the name's ironic. Listen, I know a guy who would love to put a few of these skulls in the ground. I'm going to find him, I'll meet you there. Listen, I know a guy... Okay, right, shouldn't we have an approach of some sort? Where is this place again? Shouldn't we have an approach of some sort? What a luxury, come on, you've already mopped up worse today. Just make sure the governor remembers his promise. Double the usual tivy. Or tithe. I'll remind him. Tivy? Tithe? I don't know. Tithe. You arrive in front of what must be Nobleman. A few minutes later, Irik appears with a weather-beaten man introduced as Valgard. I'll point them out, Irik says over his shoulder. Ready? You're walking through the front door? They ran to a meat house, says Valgard. I'll be surprised if they can stand up straight right now. Okay, here we go. Valgard boots the front door open so hard it won't close again without repair. As you enter the hall, Irik is already at the head of a table, his axe drawn. Wide-eyed, drunken skullfings scramble to find their own weapons, turning tables and mead steins in the process. Back to battle. See, I'm just like sitting by the door, like chilling. Oh, okay, so I can move my guys normally, I'm guessing. Yeah. Move that guy there. No, we'll just keep it as it is. I feel like me going straight in is probably not wise. What does stone wall do? Blocks damage to strength and armor for 1 round. Could come in handy. Let's just attack them. May as well use the willpower and kill it. Kill him. There we go. 1 down. Valley gives willpower to allies at any range. Gives 2 power to an ally. Okay. Let's give it back to... There we go. So that should upgrade the 2 willpower that we used. Ow! So that broke my armor and then... broke my armor and then done 2 strength damage to me. This dude's got no willpower whatsoever. Whoa! -3? Okay. It's fine, we got this. This guy's only got 4 strength, so I can just... No? Oh, 4 damage is what I'll do to him. Right, okay. Let's just attack him like normal. Let's just do the classic mob tactics, right? There we go. I'm a bit worried about this dude in green. It's getting hurt, man. Why is that red? Is it because I'm hurt, or...? Oh, you're in trouble now. Could do the old Tempest. Oh, maybe I shouldn't, because I'm going to hurt my own guy, ain't I? Ah, forget it, I'll do it anyway. What's the worst that can happen? Okay, didn't really seem to do much that time. Man, this guy's strong. Maybe I need to weaken his armor down. That'll do. Whoa! Whoa! What kind of ability that was, but it hurt. Oh, just one short killing him. Yeah. So our guy in green's down. They literally targeted him. Who do I want to attack? Can I choose someone else? Yeah, I can. If I take this guy out, it removes him from the turn, so let's do that. Nice! Deflected it. Oops. So 4 is the maximum I'm gonna get. Okay. I guess at this point, don't know which one to choose. Oh, just the one left. There's a pile of bodies in the middle. That's hilarious. Alright, this should kill him. there they are. God be damned. I've got to go wash off this blood. Eirik is looking out the hall's windows out the bay. A fleet of longships approach with sails of bold reds and blues. One banner I know well, Vognir. Next for Val kingship, last we spoke. The other flag looks important. So, a prince, I guess? Yeah, important guests. See what I deal with all day long? Things makes a little more sense. You hoped I'd have a stake in saying everything's fine here when the royal guests arrived. Not me, the governor. Now I have to make sure there are no rotting bodies or pools of entrails still in the great hall before they come by. Can I ask one more favour? Do I get choice? What is it? If you happen to stall our guests down on the docks, I wouldn't object. Maybe I will. Eirik and Valgard hustle from the mead house. To his credit, Eirik tosses the barkeep a spar of silver for the mess. You give an apologetic shrug and go to greet their new arrivals down at the docks. So I guess we're going down to the docks. Vognir. A familiar Val steps onto the docks. In your mind you recall a much younger version trampling the halls of Grofheim, abundant in purpose. God, Zubin, you're looking ancient. Comes with being old. And if there is Vognir, there must be Hakon. Must there. Still bleeding tributes from the poor and stupid old yokes. At what age do you lose a sense of shame? Urinder demands it. I'll take that over lingering to death in Grofheim. Speaking of, had no sense that you were so far from home. Just returning from Arborang, in fact. And glad for it. Hakon motions to other ships in the bay, sails still fluttering. Golden Wolfhead emblazoned on red, the king of men, or someone on his behalf. The king's whelp? The king's son, Ludin. Don't you know, Scrivener? We visit his capital, he visits ours. It's how you make alliances these days. It's a miserable waste of time. Yes, Hakon has it. I'd almost forgotten. It's a good thing you're around, Hakon. I sense a bit of sarcasm there. Then you're going to Grofheim. I have the distinct feeling I've finished my business in Strand and was heading there myself. We should caravan. We should. Give it a day. In better circumstances I'd drink a week away, but let's just be done. Find me tomorrow at the gates. What he's trying to say is the prince is a delight to behold. Where is Mogger? Hakon, have him find a place to put up the warriors. I'm heading up to meet the governor. A host of giants depart in his wake. You recognise a few, others are strangers to you. Guess I'm off to find Mogger. See you in the morning, Scrivener. I'll be along. The young prince of men ambles from his ship. He brushes off his tunic, scanning the beach with low eyelids. Ludin looks for all the world the sort of boy who grew up pulling the legs from spiders. So he looks like a piece of shit, basically. The long road back to Grofheim should be more interesting than most years, you think. Weariness suddenly settles in and you chuckle to yourself about what an odd day it's been. One of the governor's men at the Great Hall could find you a place to sleep. On the other hand, if you're going to join Vognir's caravan tomorrow, it might not hurt to share a drink with Hakon or introduce yourself to the prince they spoke so highly of. Okay, so this is where we get like our multiple choice thing, I guess. Let's go talk to Hakon. Scrivener. You find Hakon in a mead house surrounded by other Val. Strand is no stranger to Val, but rarely sees this many. Hakon waves you over. Went straight for a flagon. Wagner's the one who agreed to pass up a drink. I wasn't invited to the governor's hall anyway. You already missed the massacre. Every year I make the rounds collecting taxes. Every year it's the human settlements that give me trouble. No surprise. What this time? When I got here, the Great Hall was already full of bodies. We added a few more. Ha! Humans. I guess if I only lived as long as a Yox fart, I might be desperate to make something of myself too. It's not too late to start trying, Hakon. Hakon let slip a low chuckle. Any Val could recount his deeds, known as he is for cutting a sway through Dredge at Wagner's side in the Second War, and regularly since then. Down here I'm a glorified bodyguard. You might have a point, just another reason to get back to Grofheim. Soon enough, I imagine. You drink until the mead house becomes overbearing, then step back into the cool air outside. Let's go talk to the prince, and then I guess we'll call it there. Is this the right place? You find the prince at an inn. Guards blanket the building, including a sharp-eyed Val who must be working for Ludin. The woman in red eventually waves you over and stands nearby, arms crossed. Greetings, Prince Ludin. Yes, you're with Wagner. I don't remember you. Not exactly. I've known Wagner a long time. I'll be joining you back to Grofheim with my guards. Ludin looks up for the first time. The woman doesn't react. Why? I work for the king, carrying tithes to the capital. We crossed by chance. Oh, a tax collector. Fine company. What do you want? This guy's rude, man. Just to introduce myself, I hope to learn more about you. I have a habit of recording history. I thought we might talk about your visit. Let's go with that one. A Val historian. Ha! Don't you already know? Your king and mine both have been practically trumpeting it throughout the cities. I've been on the road a while, I'm afraid. Ludin takes a deep sigh. Whether tired or ungracious, you aren't certain. Maybe both. Of formality, mostly. Wagner came to our capital in Aberrang, and now we go to the Val's capital in Grofheim to cement this grand alliance for the next age of men and Val. You sound unconvinced. There's no need for it, and it's damned cold up here. If there's no sun, I would imagine there's damned cold everywhere, but there we go. You get the sense he's struggling not to complain outright. You take the opportunity to excuse yourself. Yeah, this guy's a dick. Alright guys, I hope you've enjoyed this. Obviously, like I say, it's not my usual style of game. I usually go with the horrors, but this is something that really interests me, and you know, I like Viking history, Viking-esque. What's the word I'm looking for? Viking stories, stuff like that. I mean, I know it's not Viking, but it's obviously loosely based around that. That being said, I hope you've enjoyed this episode. Remember to like, comment and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one. Take care, everyone.